to another episode of the SAFF Podcast. We're in episode 3 now, going strong, going into Game Week 3. It's the 4th episode of the season, actually. How are you guys keeping?
I am getting points again, and I am above average two weeks in a row. So quite excited.
Been hard for me to check FPL after that Rio and Gomorrah win. I've just been floating a little bit after that Monday Night Football occasion.
Let's take a look at the results to start off with. So West Ham versus Chelsea, Friday night game. What were you guys' thoughts?
I was so annoyed
It was
that West Ham
nice.
scored a goal.
It was nice until the deadline, and then it was horrible just before kickoff when Mohamed Wasim decided to tell us about the injury because it was a bit of a shock. And then it was nice. It was a little bit nice when João Pedro got a few points because I was like, yeah, I told you so, I called it. And it wasn't so nice when he got such a big haul because I didn't have him in my team.
Yeah, it was
So,
massive,
up and down.
massive all. Wow.
Really poor from West Ham.
No, they are going through the most. That team just looks unbalanced. Every player looks to be playing terribly.
The other thing now, are you convinced about João Pedro? What are your thoughts on him?
Staying for the season, man. I'm kidding. No, I mean
He looks so
that
good.
might
He looks
change.
good.
He was really good. Yeah.
It's just going to be a phase, though. A couple of weeks on, off. I don't really see him turning up in the very big games. I don't know.
I think with him it's going to be very important. I think on where he plays. So he played in the 10, in that more like shadow striker role in this past week. Where in the first game week of the season he played as the 9. So I feel like that made a difference where he was more involved in the build-up. And that's why he had a lot of impact in the game. I think it'll also be really good for Palmer if João Pedro plays in the 10. Because it puts Palmer out on the right wing more than anything else. I think is the most effective. So
let's get into Mohamed Wasim's favorite game of the week, Manchester City versus Spurs. What happened there?
Oh, what an unexpected result. I didn't expect it to be as dominant, if that's the word. Yeah, we cruised it after going up there. We limited chances for them in general. Maybe earlier in the game they did have some chances, but I didn't expect them to let us score goals so easily as well. So I think that was great. I always had a feeling we'd fight to keep a clean sheet. I didn't think we'd be able to break them down so easily. Because we press them into mistakes, and it's usually things that City used to do in the past, pressing opponents into mistake in their own box, where we did this to them. So great result. I think that was absolutely amazing.
I thought, obviously you guys forced the mistake, but I heard John Terry say that players need to be able to think in the game. If you're being pressed, then kick it long.
Correct.
If you're being forced to play a system that the team is up against, then you need to be able to adapt. And he said maybe that's the manager's personality, but in his day, he would be able to tell the goalkeeper, no, this is not what we're doing anymore. And I think that's leadership on the field. The other thing was I thought City's lineup was really bad. I thought Cherki was not in the game. I don't know if that's credit to Spurs midfield.
Nah, I don't think he played in general.
Yeah, it was just.
I don't think he played.
I think the whole formation was separate, completely different to what City played in Game Week 1. There was a lot less width, and I felt like that went against them.
It didn't work out for them because Spurs were always going to be very narrow anyway. Regardless of the way they play, they were always going to play very narrow and keep the ball in the middle. So I'm surprised City didn't go wider. But Pep does Pep things at times, right? And he sets up in specific ways. But I think also they're lacking a bit of, quality sometimes.
I think it's very easy for people to say, City were really bad, but I think Spurs were very, very good.
Very good, yeah.
I agree, yeah.
And I don't think we should take away from that.
No,
we should give them the credit and stuff like that. And I think City, they'll be back. They'll be back in the next game probably. It's going to take time. Maybe he's just adapting a few things with some of the new signings coming in, his system and stuff in the big games, and maybe that made it a bit difficult. But yeah, Spurs, excellent.
Bournemouth Wolves.
Strand Larsen is a problem, guys. I don't know what we're going to do about him.
We're going to bring him in.
I have him.
Oh, then it should be fine. Believe he scored 2 last night.
Scored 2.
It'll be fine. Came off the bench and scored 2 against West Ham.
He just hasn't been himself in those first 2 game weeks. I don't know. Like Manchester United are playing Grimsby tonight. How much do we actually take these Carabao Cup games into consideration?
But West Ham went full
they
strength,
West
right?
Ham.
Yeah, and West Ham went full strength.
Yeah, they even benched Wan-Bissaka, so they really went full strength.
They went very full strength, yeah. So remember also the thing is he lacks a bit of service as well. With no Cunha and in that team, you're gonna expect Strand Larsen probably not to be as great. But I mean, their fixtures are great. The upcoming fixtures, they what was it? They fourth in terms of best upcoming fixtures for like the next 6. So I think you stick with someone like Strand Larsen because he's cheap. So he's not a priority sell.
Moving on to another surprise, Brentford 1, Aston Villa 0. And
That one caught me off guard.
This one, I have to apologize to my cousin Mohammed, who I told to Captain Watkins and did Captain Watkins. We had a whole segment that said Captain Watkins. And my bad.
But I mean, the fixture was there. Villa just looked so poor, man. Like, I mean, I'd like to attribute a lot of their stuff to Europe, but I mean, they're not even in Europe yet, and they just look so sluggish, especially after the great preseason that they had. I expected them to really come out firing, yeah, and they've looked poor.
I think Watkins has to go.
It has to go. I also agree.
I think it's worth it because the fixtures are still so great. I'll give him another game minimum up until the international break, and then play it from there.
But Chris Wood is playing West Ham next.
I know that's the tempting part because it's a straight swap there.
Burnley 2, Sunderland 1, which I did not catch the game. But
you mean Sunderland 0? Sorry. I was like, I got that as Steve clean sheet. It's like crack, man.
That people who went double Burnley.
So great.
Hey, lucky guys, huh?
Yeah.
It was the right week to bench boost with Dubravka and Steve on the bench.
It was. The next game, Arsenal leads 5-0. Got most of the game, and I thought Gokras took his goal nicely. I thought the penalty was quite soft.
Yeah, because Saka out for an extended period, I think. I think they said at least a month. Now that they've signed Eze, he'll probably start from this week if Saka's out. I wonder who else comes into the team.
So looking at it, it's looking like Noni Madueke will start depending on wherever Eze plays. I don't know if Eze plays more on the left or the right, but
he plays. I'm expecting him to play off the left, so I expect Eze left, Madueke right.
Yeah, the only other thing is now that Odegaard's out, they might put Eze in that position if he's not fit enough.
Fair.
Then
fair. But I mean, with difficult fixtures, they might play Stoke City style and pull it up midfield with 3 guys that can hit the ball in the opposition box and then go a bit more safe because they can probably play Marino there as well, right? So Marino, Zubimendi and Rice. But you're right, they could also play Martinelli left and then Eze in the middle.
Prasad came on after Saka, so that's another option as well.
Another option, yeah. So they've got decent depth this season, Arsenal. And Forest have a great fixture this week. So triple captain Chris Wood, guys. You got Chris Wood, your triple captain.
I mean, surely West Ham are going to bounce
Strand
back
Larsen
eventually.
type of striker. No. It's one of those seasons where they'll only bounce back once they sack the manager. I don't expect a bounce back anytime soon. I think you just pile into West Ham at this point in time.
Next game is Everton vs Brighton, and Razeen called a great Jack Grealish pick.
I actually watched that game and he was on fire, guys. What a performance from him.
He really played.
And what a stadium they've got, huh?
Fulham vs Manchester United, 1-1. Did you guys catch this?
Just watch out. Bruno's penalty might still come down on one of you there.
Yeah. No, it was a very hard watch, that game, eh? It was not entertaining at all to watch. And I think now is the point in time where if Amorim doesn't get it right within the next 5 games, you start questioning whether this guy is fit for this type of job. At this point in time, I don't see it.
People were saying that I was speaking too much good about Manchester United on last week's episode, so I decided to skip the game. But thankfully, I managed to tune in just in time to see that penalty, so I had a good time.
Yeah,
amazing.
I want to shout you because you put me on Brian and Mbeumo watch. I watched the game just because I was like, I need to see Brian and Mbeumo, and I still watched the game and I didn't even see Brian and Mbeumo because the man was
no, you didn't.
Absolutely.
The only guy that looks decent is Cunha, but the problem is who's going to supply him. That's the biggest worry at the moment.
I have this issue with United and same when we talk about Newcastle. Why don't they just play a number 9? They're structured, and I feel like Cunha and
structurally nothing changed.
I feel like Cunha and Mbeumo will be more involved.
No, but I get what you're saying. I just I don't know, man. United just look like, again, shot of confidence the way they play.
The next game, Liverpool Newcastle, quite baffled by like the amount of pundits and ex-footballers that have been saying this was a smash and grab and Newcastle deserved to get a point. I don't know. I felt
no, they didn't deserve to get a point. That is lies.
I felt if Liverpool had drew the game, I thought it was 2 points gone from Liverpool. I thought Liverpool should have won the game even before the 10-man. I think the same structural problems I saw from United. Gordon, Barnes, and Elanga didn't look like scoring at all.
Yes,
and if you look at
very average.
Yeah, if you have to pick the top 5 players like Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, Van Dijk, and Alisson, and then maybe Ekitike or Gakpo, depending on who you pick. Like none of the Newcastle players were up for it, I think. Maybe
Yeah,
not
but I
up
think
for it,
also
but
But I think Liverpool looked really bad. I think they didn't look great.
I think only
I think it was
Konate.
actually
It's
But
only
I mean
Konate.
defensively has to concede those 2 goals, shocking.
Yeah. The thing
Really,
is,
really shocking.
what really impressed me was the tinkering Slot made with his tactics, because we
Mm.
all said Liverpool midfield is going to get bullied by Newcastle midfield. Wirtz doesn't know what's coming.
That didn't happen. Well, Wirtz got bullied, I'll
Yeah,
tell you that,
but
because
Slot played the long
he
ball.
barely impacted the game. Yeah,
Slot played the long ball. He skipped the midfield completely,
bypassed the
and he
midfield. Yeah.
slowed the game down completely,
Mm.
and effectively that won us the game. Like we had
Yeah, no, the
chances.
funniest part is they were saying the Newcastle defense is going to bully the Liverpool. Sorry, the Newcastle midfield is going to bully the Liverpool midfield. Joe Linton off injured,
Yeah,
Tonali off injured, so they actually end up getting bullied themselves
yeah, it was,
in the most strange way.
but it was quite dramatic.
I
In the
disagree
end.
with you guys. We didn't deserve to win that game. If it wasn't
No,
for
Liverpool didn't play well. I agree. Definitely.
magic at the end from the 16-year-old. I mean, you cannot be relying on 101st minute winners. Like, why do you park a bus at 2-0 up when you're playing against 10 men? Why do you drop so far back? Newcastle must have
Correct.
had like 10 corners between the 80th and the 100th minute, between the 80th and the
Mm.
100th minute. We just allowed them to put all that pressure on us, and anything can happen from a set piece. We could have easily thrown that game away, and we were very, very fortunate to take something away from it. And we can't be
Yeah.
riding on that luck.
I don't.
I think both points are valid.
Yeah.
I don't think Newcastle deserved a point, but I also don't think Liverpool deserved the win with the way they played.
I think Liverpool made some mistakes, but I think that's on Liverpool. I don't think. I think on a good day, Liverpool beat Newcastle more comprehensively. That's just it.
I think
Konate,
conceding 6 goals in your last 3 games is not up to standard for a club that wants to win the Premier League.
I think with Gravenberch back, it looked a lot better. Personally, I thought our midfield was a lot better.
No, it did.
This
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Yeah, I did. Agreed.
Yeah, I thought. Okay, Szoboszlai played really well at right back. I thought Gravenberch was great. I think if McAllister comes back, great improvement.
Yes.
I don't know if Wirtz will drop out, because Szoboszlai I think needs to play. So if Frimpong comes back, I don't know what's going to happen, which is something to see. And I think overall Newcastle just need to play number 9. If they had Isak, I think they would have won. If they played Asula,
Yeah.
different story.
If Asula played, yeah. But I must remember, it's hard to always tell if someone thought they would have made a big difference to a team.
I think they just needed a target, man. They needed, like, as far as you say, like Van Dijk was so composed. He wasn't getting bullied at all.
Correct.
And it's just you needed that person to make things a bit shaky.
Yeah. One player that's worried me a little bit is Kirkesh.
Yeah.
He has not been great. I think defensively, Slot's got some work to do there.
So let's look at the teams quickly. I got 42 points, which was the lowest from all of us.
Let's go.
So the decline has started. But for Game Week 3 in particular, one of the main reasons going with the Haaland draft was that you don't have Salah against Arsenal. So Haaland becomes an easy captain for me this game. So I'm hoping for a bit more points. My only concern is that I have Palmer, who's injured. I have Ballard, who's injured. Konate, who I kind of hate right now. So I need, I don't know, I'm probably going to make a transfer. My plan was always to take Palmer out, Gokeres out, and another player out. And so I needed to do 3 transfers, but I've already spent one because Wan-Bissaka was so bad. Now I can't really wait because Palmer's probably going to drop. So I'm going to have to take Palmer out. Mohamed Wasim, let's go to your team. You got 53 points.
Yes, what a great week. What a great week. That Salah save just saved me, man.
But just to start off with your keeper, Sanchez, like, what did you think of Sanchez against West Ham? We didn't speak about that.
That was a shocking thing. I mean, what was he doing? He just decided to let's move to the right when the ball was going to go into his left. I don't know. But I mean, he's got that moment of madness in him, and I think, like I spoke with a few friends about this not too long ago, and they said that the only reason Chelsea probably won't win the league is because that guy's their goalkeeper. You can't win a goalkeeper. You can't win a Premier League with someone so unstable at the back. That's why we always said they should rather have gone for Donnarumma instead because it probably suits them a little bit more. But I don't know, man. It's a very silly mistake. But again, their fixtures are still great, so I'll hope that they keep much more clean sheets. And I mean, it was a really good strike from outside of the box. Besides that, I mean, there was nothing else that really troubled him. So it was sad that he didn't get the clean sheet.
Transfer plans from you, and who are you gonna plan to captain this week?
I'm plotting. My problem is I want to get Bruno Fernandes out just because he frustrates me now, and he's got that curse of Bruno Fernandes in my team is really hurting my soul. So I want to get him, but I also want to captain him this week. So I'm kind of stuck.
Don't captain him.
I know I'm gonna put my faith in a Man United player, and that's the biggest fear of my life. But my other option is to captain Salah, which is my.
I think Salah's the best pick this week.
I think he's not a bad idea as well.
At home. Last game of the week, I think Sunday evening, whatever.
Yeah.
Why not?
But do the right thing and captain your Forest player.
I want to captain. Honestly, I considered captaining Williams against West Ham. It's really part of my consideration if I want to go ultra risky. But
so if you're led Wood, you'd captain him this week.
I would, without a doubt. If I had Chris Wood, I'd definitely captain him this week because it's a solid week to actually go against the grain this week. I think it's another really solid week. I think if you've got him, I think it's a great option because one of my options is potentially Palmer down to someone cheaper and then Mark Gui up to Chris Wood is a consideration for me at the moment to try and get that captaincy option. But there's between Watkins, Fernandes, and Palmer, I want to at least try and get at least one or two of them out this week.
I think that's a great option, though. I think rather than selling Fernandes before Burnley, getting Palmer down and getting Mark Gui up to a Woods, and you can bank the rest even so that when Palmer's
I'm not going to go.
Yes,
to Palmer is the next one. Yeah, I'm not gonna probably invest all of it up, but I think it should get me a decent one.
Can you go Palmer to Cunha and get Mark Gui to Wood? Or is that just too far?
I'll never double up on Man United. I'm not insane.
For 1 week.
No, not for 1 week. Because then I'm wasting a transfer. United fixtures. My long-term planning is going to be so off then, and I'm just going to have short of transfers when. Plus, it's international break coming, so I'm trying to not burn too many transfers and have people that I don't want in my team there.
Let's take a look at your team, Razeen. 51 points.
I really wanted to roll one more time just so that I could have 3 during the international break and have some fun with them, because I think that if you've used your transfers up already, then that international break is a really good time to wildcard. So I felt like, since there's new chips now, double chips, whatever, usually I like waiting till the second international break, and I probably still will if I have 2 or 3 transfers next week. But I feel like with the new chip strategy, it's not too soon to wildcard next weekend during the international break. So yeah, I want to try and save a transfer. I don't know if I'll be able to. I need to assess. What do you guys think?
I think you can. I mean, your only issue is Palmer. I've technically got the same issue. I can roll this week as well. It's also an option if I want to give myself that flexibility after the internet. Because I think United's fixtures do turn, so maybe giving Bruno a last one and then restructuring my team by taking him out afterwards and is also an option for me. And then not losing Palmer, because if Palmer's only out for 1 week, then I might be okay. But we'll see what news we get from Maresca towards the end of the week.
Like if you get rid of Palmer, the question is, who do you get in? And Cunha doesn't seem like a long-term option. It seems like a lot of people are going there. But now you letting go of Palmer, a lot of people are going Semenyo, and where are you going? So
if I get Palmer out, I only want Haaland, I think, to replace him. Not obviously direct, but obviously with that funds, I want to fund Haaland. That's where my headspace is.
Because Saka's injured, otherwise, of course, you would have been great.
He's an option as well, correct. But I mean, obviously, in the next few, it's probably not worth it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Arsenal fixtures. And the thing is, Palmer's fixtures, when they don't look like they're turning anytime soon. But if they do turn, he's probably a nice, solid move to Saka for a period of time once Arsenal's fixtures do ease up.
Let's talk injuries. We spoke about Palmer already. Saka, who would be the likely replacement for him if you had Saka and Palmer in your team? Most people who have Saka have Palmer as well. And if you have 1 free transfer, you're taking out Saka. Who are you bringing in?
Bruno Fernandes. No, I'm kidding. Don't.
Cody Gakpo, maybe.
I would support that. I think that's a great choice.
Any thought on Eze? We don't know where
next week,
play, but
yeah. But I don't want Eze
have to watch him
Arsenal.
First.
Yeah, it's watch first, and then Arsenal fixtures are not great, so I wouldn't take the risk yet. mainly because without Saka and Odegaard, we also don't know how Arsenal will function. How much will they actually go through as himself? And with Gyökeres, I mean, as much as he scored 2 goals, he hasn't looked the part for a while. So
Yeah, but I've been
I'd give it a bit of time.
I've been thinking about it, and it's kind of making me feel like not taking Gyökeres out my team, in the sense that I feel Eze will be good for him in particular.
It might. Mm-hmm.
Just like how
He can be Eze's Mateta.
Yeah, basically he's a target man for Eze, but Eze can use him to get more room, free up space,
Yeah.
play a pass, or get a goal himself. So I'm gonna be looking at that closely as well. Looking at the fixtures, so Chelsea start the weekend off Saturday with an afternoon kickoff against Fulham.
West London derby, I think, isn't it?
Nice.
I think 2-1 Chelsea.
Yeah, another nice win for Chelsea. Another João Pedro return.
I'm gonna
2-1
go.
sounds fair. I'm gonna go with 2-1 as well. Yeah.
I'm gonna go 1-1 just because Fulham have been 1-1 merchants so far. Manchester United vs Burnley.
Burnley 1-0.
Yeah, that's gonna send shockwaves right throughout the FPL community. Yeah, because Oaks are touting. A lot of people are bringing Cunha and Burmo in this week, but
And
I
instead
think
they're gonna get another clean sheet on their bench from
Yeah.
Electronic Steve.
I'm feeling like a 3-1 Man United. I think they come to the party against Burnley.
I think Man United winning 3-0, and it's one of those where those that bring in Cunha, you're like, why are you bringing Cunha? And then they get returns, and you're like, damn it.
Yeah.
So I think Cunha will return, but 3-0 United from my side. Spurs versus Bournemouth.
2-1. 2-1 Spurs. I think Thomas the Frank engine solves Iraola there.
The menu, man.
I'm gonna say 2-2. I'm going for a 2-2.
I can see a Semenyo goal. I can. I'm gonna go 1-1.
Me too.
I don't know. I just yeah.
I can also see a Semenyo goal, unfortunately.
Sunderland Brentford.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Draw, I think.
Because
I think
Sunderland
draw,
looked great. Yeah, Sunderland looked great game week 1. Horrible game week 2. Brentford I think they're getting going. I think Brentford win 2-0.
I also go, same. My prediction same 2-0.
Yeah.
Brentford at home.
No
away.
No, I just got a feeling about Sunderland, and I'm gonna give them a win. I'm gonna give them a 1-0 win.
Wolves versus Everton. I'm gonna go 1-0 Wolves.
No, at Molineux.
I'll take a 3.3 bonus Agbadu. I'll take it.
Tarkowski with DEFCON and a clean sheet one more time. Why not?
Let's go. So speaking about DEFCON, so I had this one man, Tom Hadley, on Twitter that I follow. He's starting to identify all of these DEFCON players or the players. So he's starting to identify fixtures to target and which player is more likely to get DEFCON, and then also which players are most likely in general to get DEFCON. So surprisingly, in the first 2 weeks, there's some surprising players on here that I didn't expect to be there in terms of who got DEFCON in the first 2 weeks. So number 1 was Virgil van Dijk, was expected, obviously. Dan Burn. It's a little bit surprising, but I mean, Newcastle are quite solid defensively. De Ligt, that one caught me off guard because I didn't think United were under that much stress. Tarkowski, as expected. Lecroix from Palace, he was there as well. Vandenberg from Brentford was a surprise for me.
Oh, wow.
Then Senesi as well. From Bournemouth. I mean, but you expect him because he's the key centre back there. And then that Weaver from Brighton. He's been playing in some like dodgy positions as well. So I feel like I've seen him at right back and in midfield. So those are the only 8 players to have gotten DEFCON both game weeks so far. So if you are looking at banking on these, Oaks look like they're quite solid. But I'll keep you guys updated because I do follow him quite closely because he's going to look at like positions that against teams. So for example, if a team's playing against Bournemouth, most likely the right backs are only getting DEFCON, for example, because say they're up against Semenyo the whole time. So it might be something to also then consider in some of the team planning.
Leeds against Newcastle.
Nah, Newcastle got this. Newcastle have been solid. Newcastle have been very solid. So I think Newcastle win 2-0.
I think Ursula starts gets some goals.
Yes,
I'm also gonna go with a 2-0.
He's 5.5. If you want to take the punt. Brighton versus City.
I think City 3-0. I think City cruise that one.
3-1. I'm gonna go Trafford. Not instilling confidence in me.
Yeah, 2-0.
Or Trafford's last game for for the in the Premier League for City.
Nottingham Forest at home to West Ham.
8-0 Nottingham Forest. No, I'm kidding.
I'm gonna go 1-1.
3-0. I'm going 3-0.
I'm also
3-0
feeling a
Forest.
draw. I think West Ham are gonna fight back a little bit now. It's been enough.
Milenkovic, Chris Wood, and Ndoye, goal scorers for
And
this weekend. 3-0.
Fulkrug gets one. Make it 3-1. Fulkrug
Yeah,
gets one.
I'm going 3-0 because West Ham just look poor. And I think
Yeah,
Forest defensively will keep them out.
Liverpool versus
Oof.
Arsenal.
How do you call
2-2.
this game? I can't
2-2.
call this game.
It's a
Oh yeah,
tough one.
it's
I'll
been
go
a very
2-2.
consistent result
Mm.
actually. But because there's no soccer there, I want us to go into the international break with 3 out of 3 wins. So
Mm.
I'm gonna go 3-2 again. No, but it can't be another high scoring game. I can't.
Yeah.
We can't be having 3 high scorers in a row. Let's go
and
2-1.
that's why I'm saying 2-1 as well. Oh, sorry, I said 2-2. I considered 2-1 at a point because I expect Liverpool to concede. I don't think Liverpool keep a clean sheet. But I would be willing to go on a Liverpool just because it's Anfield. I expect Liverpool to win. But 2-2 just sounds like the result.
It does. That's been the result often.
I'll go 1-1. Villa versus Palace at home. Villa at
That's a
home.
nice late fixture for a
That
Sunday
is a
night.
nice
It's
10 o'clock.
fun.
Yeah, 8 o'clock for us. Nice.
Yeah.
I think Palace get a win. But Palace also now having lost Eze, I just see them dropping a little bit.
Mm.
But yeah, good game to end the week. I'll go 2-1 Palace.
I think Villa get going before the international break. Villa 2-1. Villa 2-0.
I'm gonna give Palace a 1-0 victory. Okay, guys, thanks for the episode. I think looking forward to another game week coming up soon. And
it's gonna be sad because it's the last one before the international break.
Yeah, man.
It's gonna be a sad 2 weeks.
But
Looking forward to that though. Looking forward to the games.